Hey guys, how you doing? We're looking at a picture here from Excellence Magazine, issue 279 from February 2021. We're going to do a short walk around video and hopefully hit off all the spots. And if you have any questions on something I may have missed, feel free to contact me through the contact seller button. We did this car in Riviera Blue about 5 years ago. The owner has kept it the whole time. We have been fortunate enough to be able to use the car, bring it up to Monterey and show it, bring it around Los Angeles to some of the car shows when he's not driving it. He has put about 7,700 miles on the car. He uses it frequently. It is a great car. It runs really well. It stops very well. It's got gobs of torque and a lot of horsepower with a little bit of weight. It's kind of like the perfect mountain cruiser, but it also can be just as well used for cars and coffee. The color is amazing. It's Riviera Blue. It's an original Porsche color. We did all of that bright trim. Originally, this car was a 1982 SC, so it had black trim. It was originally a black car with a sunroof. We deleted that sunroof and turned it into what you see here today, a wide body RSR type replica or outlaw or whatever you want to call it. I'm not a professional actor, so bear with me. We're just going to try and get through this the best we can. You can see here some blemishes from driving. The car has paint protection film on the rockers, up the rear quarter there, on the rear bumpers, and the complete front end has been done. That's the complete fenders, hood, bumper, and that cowl strip there. That's a through hood fuel filler there, kind of reminiscent of the old 911 race cars. That's our custom bumper up there. Behind that center opening is a big oil cooler. This car has two oil coolers. There's another one in the passenger fender with a couple of fans. So if you're stuck in traffic, you can still get some airflow through there. The interior is black. It has Pepita inserts with a blue stripe in them. Black basket weave on the door cards there. Those are the door pulls. Little matte pouches. Real simple, minimalist dash there with an RSR style steering wheel and a hockey puck horn button. The gauges have all been redone. We'll get a better look at those later. That's a big fat flare in the rear there. Big ducktail. Silver graphics on there. I really like the shiny bits from those old vintage cars. I just think it really sets them off. There's a better look at those gauges. We had them completely redone so they look like early gauges with the smaller pointers, those silver dots in the middle, full LED lighting rings so you can actually see them at nighttime. The car's a really nice car. It drives really well. There's the blue stripe in that Pepita there. We had to import that from England. It's 100% wool. There's a look at the roof, the sunroof delete we did. This is a nice little ducktail. It's got an aluminum base with the fiberglass bonded to it. There's a twin plug distributor. Those are 50 millimeter throttle bodies from PMO. It's electronic fuel injection, so the thing starts up and runs all the time easily. You can be at sea level up into the mountains and you don't have any changes like you would have with a carburetor. That's a big 964 engine. It's been bored out to a 3.8 liter, 11.5 to 1 compression ratio. And if you're wondering, we don't have any problems with knocking or pinging with that. It runs really well. The dual ignition helps, and I think that EFI helps out a bit too. Stainless steel RSR style muffler back there. Also stainless steel headers with heat from B&B. There's a look at the engine. It's still doing really well. It looks really good. after 7,700 miles in 5 years. The undercarriage is pretty clean. The owner maintains his car very well. We've always maintained it for him, either through us or through Black Forest. This car just had a full service on it, new spark plugs, oil change, leak down test, and I can get all that information for you as the auction progresses. Bilstein Shocks, they're heavy duty shocks, not the sports. I like the compliance of those heavy duties. This car is very compliant. You go over bumps and little joints in the road and it doesn't just jar your feelings out. Um, RSR sway bars from Tarot. That's Rebel Racing spring plate cover there. Their bearing system. Um, what else are we looking at? Those P7 tires. Big fat 285s in the rear. Oh, what are we looking at now? Oh, there's probably the front brakes up here. They both have drilled rotors. That's a big Porsche 930 calipers. Those are brand new from Germany. Extra long studs. This car, we put a lot of money into it when we built it. We used all top-notch parts on it. We had Mark Kinninger build the engine. I think it's a 390 horsepower. He also built the transmission. It's got a limited slip in there. I think we did the G50 axles in this, a center force clutch, and a Patrick Motorsport conversion flywheel in there. Early style sport seats there. What are we looking at? The door jamb, really clean. Black carpeting. Weevo shifter. The seats have seat heaters. An RS style rear compartment there, seatless. The seat delete there. Ivory headliner. That's a nice little piece. It's a short wheelbase chrome mirror. Normally this car would have a mirror glued to the windshield. There's another look at that RSR steering wheel and the gauges. We did the dash when we had that little blue stitch in the dual stitch around there, around the binnacle, to kind of tie in with that painted dash there. Like I said, if you have any questions, if I'm not answering anything for you, or if you just have questions about something else, feel free to reach out to me and I'll get that answered for you. This car it's a blast to drive. My buddy was driving it earlier today, and he was just talking about how it doesn't miss a beat, how it's just very well balanced, and it just gives and gives and gives. It's never wanting for anything. The brakes are amazing. The power is amazing. The handling, the turn-in is crisp. Here we're kind of showing where we turned that short hood into a long hood and kept it rather factory looking. It is a conversion. We did have to turn that from a short hood into a long hood. That's to be able to open up the latch right there without having to use a stick to open it up. The through head filler there. The classic retrofit blower for the AC system. I think we're going to get into the compressor here, the electric compressor in the smuggler's box there. Nice little strut bar. Big cooler up behind that panel in front of, just ahead of the fuel tank. I think it's a 23-gallon fuel tank, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up here and get another video going. So stay tuned for that. We'll have a startup video. All right. Bye-bye.